Also, I got a small whistling noise coming from my mic. I know that, guys. That's a drawback of the old noise cancelling in this mic, which is kind of giving up on me. I bought a replacement, I just didn't have time to set it up yet. I plugged it in, realized, oh shit, I have to open up my computer, switch over my sound card input, and like I have one of those old, it's like 4 years old, but I have a sound card where you have one button literally on the card which you have to turn, so I really can't be bothered to install my new headset. Sorry about the whistling noise. I wish I could really do anything else about it, but right now it seems like a 3-4 hour operation with opening the case of my PC and to make the new headset work somewhat properly. I might look into it tomorrow if I have a short day. As for today, I know it's annoying. I hope it's not too bad. I'm just glad somebody told me, because this is the first time, this is actually the first time I'm hearing of it in Dota. I know I have it in Skype and when calling to people, but I didn't know I actually had the same issue when casting Dota. If I would have known that, it's... Good luck, 10 kill! Oh, lol. These players, I mean... This is some top tier band right there.
The battle begins.
Void God, can you stop? And we got jungle invasion. While they are trash talking so heavily, we get 3 people just snatching the rune and boom it. Starting things off with a super aggressive play and some super aggressive trash talk as well. I'm not sure which of the two is more significant. I mean, for all we know, Boom could just be applying psychological warfare here, you know. Throwing out the best of band they got. But we're gonna see a mid lane Venomancer against Queen of Pain. I did not expect Venomancer to be mid here. I'm honestly gonna say, offlane Jakiro, I didn't quite expect this one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it looks like...
He is stealing your eye.
Okay, so just a solo kill there for the Clockwork on a Necrophos. Looks like Boom It, they're really pushing the early game pressure on. They're really getting a couple of kills which shouldn't happen, and with that trash talk just to piss off Mongolz just the right bit, I mean... You know, I'm not sure if they did it intentionally or not.
Jackpot.
Yes.
And I'm supposed to check my external sound card. My external sound board is fine, actually. I've checked that one. It's the internal one, which, like, thing is, the external sound card needs to be reconfigured for the new headset, which means my internal sound card needs to be reconfigured for the reconfiguration of the external sound card. There you go, if you want to know why my sound settings are so hard to fix. There you freaking go. Meanwhile, mid lane, battle between the Queen of Pain and the Venomancer. Well, the end's gonna be both gonna die, and... Or, no, never mind. The Queen of Pain's gonna live with... Wait, was that counted? Was that damage there counted? Because one more tick would have done it, so... I'm guessing the only reason that Baba Yaga didn't waste the solve was because Baba Yaga counted the ticks. That freaking madman actually counted the ticks and did the math. Either that, or it was just like, okay, either I'm gonna die here or I'm gonna have an additional solve. Let's take the risk. But I think he just counted it. Because he started being calm there so early on, while still not even half the duration was over. Meanwhile, it looks like all 3 lanes are fighting at once, but bottom lane could be the potential kill out of the 3. Potential kill on Clockwork, it seems. And Necro is now gonna heal up, gonna get a ton of mana back. One of the things, I mean, that's pretty much literally how you counter Necrophos. Don't die to him. Yeah, I know, you win every game when you don't die. But you don't die to Necrophos, that's what it's all about. If you get a Dazzle, or even an Oracle, you know, something to keep you safe, make sure you kill Necrophos while he's trying to get a kill on you to heal up, and then die, it's completely fine.
Double damage.
Top tower. Getting besieged hard here, but... Okay, now they're actually gonna go for a dive. Never mind that. I was about to say that they apparently don't have that big of an interest in diving the tower here, but they do. And, oh hey, Retribution. By the way, there's 3 of them here, not just the Clockwork. So, that's gonna be a dead Retribution, but at the cost of a Disruptor and a Clockwork. 2-for-1 trade there in favor of Team Mongolz, who are now 1 kill ahead again, and got a slight gold lead to confirm that. Sankey just being set ablaze by the Jakiro, who actually would love a kill on Sankey here if he can find one. Liquid Fire, is that gonna be enough? With the Tango, it's not. And that's gonna be Saint Lucas going down here as well, in favor of Mongolz, who are off to a great start, but they still have one big issue remaining, one they need to deal with, and that is Dreamo Cell farming extremely well on his anti-mage here, also completely bullying whoever is put in lane against him, in this case the Lich, and Baba Yaga once again went for a kill on the Venomance and got it, so boom. This time around, not up to that great of a start. Retribution now dying on the top lane. Everything happening at the same time this game, and we're getting a good rate of kills per minute if this keeps up at least. Top tower now gonna drop extremely early. That's gonna be a nice gold swing back in the favor of Boom, who are going to have great Radiance or great Midas. Wait, no, the other farming item, Battle Fury. There we go. It's weird that I don't confuse Battle Fury with some similar item which consists of similar opponents or is built on split push heroes. I just immediately think, farming item, Radiance, no, Midas, no. Oh yes, the Battle Fury, the item literally only one hero in the entire game builds. That was the one, right? Also, the MLG 420 Blazed, yes, the internal sound card of my old headset is where that hissing sound is coming from. However, there's 2 sound cards relaying it, which is why I can't just plug the new headset into where this headset is plugged in. But yes, what you're just saying is what caused the issue for this headset, but that's just because this thing is like nearly 4 years old. So no wonder it's eventually breaking down. Meanwhile, I would love to talk about the game, but honestly there's not a lot to talk about. Okay, Baba Yaga with rotation top is gonna change that for me. Nice, thank you there. And Clockwork trying to go for a deny on the creeps, will not succeed there as Void just jungles a couple of creeps to make sure they don't kill the Clockwork, to make sure Baba Yaga gets the last on the Clockwork. I mean, what a play! You don't even take the last hit yourself. That's how you know a player is really dedicated to team play and to giving somebody the last hit. And you know who this... By the way, chat just pointed out something really interesting. and that is that Team Mongolz, they got trash talked this early game, and they definitely seemed like they were bothered by it. But that reminds me of Skitter, the player's great. We actually got a kill on Sanki here. Anti-Mage will not get the last hit, will still definitely benefit his piggy bank. But yeah, that's actually a really good thing to point out, because that's true. Mongolz got trash talk at the beginning of this game, and now they're, because the previous game they had a really hard early game, but this time around Team Mongolz coming at Boom with all they got, and that seems to be a lot. Boom got, you know, Boom got an anti-mage, yes, but Mongolz, they are pushing the pressure, and that's the one weakness of anti-mage, kind of. It's gonna be hard to really get it done, but it's not impossible.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And apparently, well, the clockwork is gonna live a while longer, as there's the chronosphere. And I knew I was gonna miss that kill if I go away from a camera, but now I missed the kill on the anti-mage, who died over here, went a bit too deep. That punishment is kind of what is to be expected. It looks like In Your Dream might be going down here, but we got a great counter initiation there from the clockwork, who could potentially just go down right here. There. But he did save the name of the Venomancer from a 3-man gank, did create some space. Anti-Mage is going to continue farming, should still have decent Battle Fury timing. As for the top lane, Jakiro is just pushing top out as well, so... we're gonna see a bit of a quiet game, I guess. Team Mongolz, they got the first 10 kills, I think just because Boom trash talked them here. I mean, the player Skitter, he is one of the better players I know, but he is salt fuel. Like, if he gets mad, if you piss him off by trash talking, he wins. Every time I've seen Skitter being trash talked, he won the game after all. Meanwhile, Saint Lucas getting killed off here by Retribution, who on the Void also off to a decent start, but none of the heroes on the side of Mongolz are quite able to deal with this anti-mage for the time being. Okay. So apparently people are just dying like flies left and right. You run into a Queen of Pain, 2 spells, you're dead. Wait, how much? It isn't that much damage, right? 300. Yeah, it's like... still takes a couple of seconds to kill without the ultimate at least. Talk about the ultimate, of course. That's level 2 at 12 minutes. As for the Void, man, in terms of farm. But then again, Anti-Mage needs a lot of time and is able to pursue the Queen of Pain, but not quite able to lock down a Quap. So, it's not like Dreamo Cell can just say, okay, Queen of Pain is getting dangerous, let me run into her a couple times, kill her off. You got a blink, you got a good blink. Let me compare the two real quick. 1306 second cooldown up against 5-second cooldown, 1100, 11,500. So it seems kind of favored for Anti-Mage still. Meanwhile, looks like Necropose is gonna go down. That's the huge Queen of Pain ultimate driving everybody low health. Necropose is gonna burn on out, but Bayaka trying to secure a couple of kills here, but gets just permanently stun locked up in that fight. It is gonna go down, and now Proxy is gonna drop last, just being lit ablaze there with Jakiro.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the Anti-Mage just got a kill on the Earthshaker around that bottom lane, which is gonna help his Battle Fury timing a ton. And boom it! They look to be off to a mediocre start, with Mongolz really pulling ahead by a great deal, but this fight plus the Anti-Mage farming are really getting them back into this game, are really keeping them in this game, keeping that momentum going despite the kills, which is really hard to accomplish in the current meta, compared to back in the day.
Middle tower.
Back in the day it was like, okay, I'm dead, let me get a kill, and one kill makes up for one death kind of thing. You have to, of course, reclaim the lost last hits. For example, let's say I die, during the time I'm dead I miss 8 last hits, and I'm just dead once. Okay, I get a kill, and the only thing I'm behind on is the last hit gold. Nowadays it's like, okay, I'm dead, I miss a ton of last hits, I miss a ton of experience, I get my talents later, I cannot fight when I want to. I'm screwed. And we just got a smoke gang being denied by a disruptor who was just by chance pulling the engine camp there. And boom, they gotta know that the smoke gang's coming in. Maybe that's why. Yeah. Clockwork just spotted that one out.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
We got a rotation called for. Under Retribution here, they do have what it takes to lock him down, and there we go. Everything committed perfectly. Void, no way of chronoing out of there. And they will get a kill, just letting the shrine burn for a long while there without healing anybody. Now with the Macroplier placed in such a nice little narrow passage there, it's doing a lot of damage on both Necrophos. And it did a ton on Sankey as well, but Sankey is gonna live, is now able to turn around. They did get a Clockwork in exchange for the Void. Still a good trade for Boom It, but it's not perfect anymore. And Boom ID, they want to keep their comeback nice and... Okay, Disruptor trying to kill the Earthshaker there, who honestly is more tanky than he looks. And the thing is, Boom ID, they kinda only want one comeback this game. That comeback has just happened. It's this one. And they don't really want to lose momentum from that. They don't want to let Mongolz get an advantage again, because that could be devastating. Yes, you get an anti-mage, but anti-mage is slow. He's notoriously slow for a reason. But he is cleaving through a crap ton of creeps. So he's gonna get there eventually.
Worthy tribute.
Masquerade, meanwhile, got a Rod of Athos. Wait, it's in Rod of Athos or a Rod of Athos? Okay, Masquerade is gonna go down, and I figured out it's a Rod of Athos. It would be in Athos Rod.
Yes.
Because English is convoluted like that. But Necrophos dying there could potentially open up a chance to get this bottom tier 2 tower. And I mean, yeah, Boom ID, they don't have all that much push, but they have a lot of slow siege tools. They got the Kiro burn in addition to the Venomance Venom wards. Also, the Clockwork just gonna scout out 2 heroes there. Retribution just gonna farm off a couple of cogs as a reaction, not even, you know, gonna try and go for anybody. But Dreamocell, he is farming up, getting a ton of gold going. Meanwhile, it looks like Clockwork. Ooh, the hookshot attempt at a camp spell the anti-mage just farmed. And that means Clockwork is gonna go down, it's gonna get executed with the Reaper Scythe, adding a bit of respawn time. Of course, he wasn't all that valuable, but this is not about the gold, this is about buying space, buying time for Team Mongolz here, and maybe finding a good, you know, bigger initiation soon. Right now you did create time for that. Meanwhile the bottom tier 2 however went down, which means only one tier 2 remaining on the map, and that's the mid one with 400 health. Considering that Boom kinda, you know, don't deal all that much tower damage, they're still putting it on really effectively. You know, a tower is permanently Kiro burning. making sure to always, when you hit, you get that fire on. And Venomancer also doing a surprising lot of work. Meanwhile, Case Cute is just gonna go down. He went ahead, tried to deward there, and died for it. That's fine, that happens a ton. Not that big of a deal, but it is nice for Mongolz, because they need time, they need space to act.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so the mid tier 2 is gonna go down.
Top tower is under attack.
It looks like Mongolz feel like they only have the choice of... Well, they don't have a choice and have to kind of pressure the bottom tower here, but look at that. Now the base getting pushed in, and Anti-Mage, once he starts hitting towers, the tower damage is actually gonna be way more than just a Jakiro burn, which is already quite significant on its own, of course. That doesn't mean Anti-Mage should be underestimated. Meanwhile, Venomancer getting a kill on proxy there is gonna die in exchange. However, up here, we also got a team fight going on, and Jakiro died, but so might the Necrophos here, who is locked in, getting his mana burn, but Anti-Mage decides to go on out, as there's 2 more heroes coming in, and the Void is dangerous. Keys Cute is just gonna go down for that one. Triple kill for Baba Yaga there. Still, the Anti-Mage is fat, and is able to outrun the Queen of Pain with blinks. Both when chasing, and when not, another blink ready. Queen of Pain is struggling with mana, but the Frost Armor makes it really hard to commit for that kill, so decides against it in the end. I like the Anti-Mage Queen of versus Queen of Pain scenario. It's really fun to watch. 2 of them just chasing each other with blinks. Retribution also going after the Anti-Mage, but this guy, he's great at dodging. He's just, you know, it's an Anti-Mage. We all know how annoying that elusive prick is. Now Mongolz get to feel that as well, and they need to stop him. I think there's an Orchid about to come on, or there is an Orchid on the Queen of Pain, okay. After the last fight with triple kill, of course, it's gonna be a finished Orchid. It is prioritized as an early item here, and only only 500 or so gold, you know, back from the last fight went to the Orchid here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Buying out that recipe, and Baba Yaga, about as online as he gets. Necrophos does manage to escape the cogs there. However, what he can't escape is the Ice Path, Macro Pyre, everything combo, but now he can, and gonna get away with it. Using his insane flash heal potential there to recover from what seemed to be a certain death. Now Anti-Mage comes in, makes sure the certain death is actually certain. However, there we got a Chronosphere. Void being glimpsed back a long while Anti-Mage is just tearing through Mongolz here. Retribution taking a good chunk of damage, taking chunks of damage now. And is gonna punch Keys Cute down before going down himself. Taking down to all of those AoEs, being poisoned and set on fire at the same time seems a bit overkill, but hey, whatever does the trick. And now we got Anti-Mage going to work on that bottom tier 3, and see, this is what I meant about his damage. Like, yeah, the Jakiro damage is already pretty good. With the Venomancer, they actually did a lot of work early on, but now Anti-Mage can help, and that's gonna be a tier 3 tower, meaning the shrines are opened up. Anti-Mage decides to get out of there, just puts his Illus to hit the range tracks, and the shrines are open, but instead they don't need shrines with perfect Ice Path setup there. Just gonna get a kill on the Earthshaker, who might be forced to buyback, since the Echo Slam is a really huge tool here, and Mongolz, they will need it if they are to hold their base here. And the Jakiro damage over time plus the Venom Ward just doing most of the work here. Now Anti-Mage actually finishing up those racks, and the shrines now seem really tempting, because you don't want to take the risk of pushing in another lane without having a lot of creeps to back you up. You can just get your net worth, which is already a 10k lead, to snowball completely out of control here and allow Boom ID to get to a spot where they can pretty much guaranteed finish off this game.
gold for me.
So we're just gonna relax for a while Team Mongolz are looking for their way of coming back into this game. They do have what they need to. I mean, they have a ton of big spells, a ton of great synergy between those big spells. It's not like there's not enough for Mongolz to redo and return to this.
Dire's bottom barracks are under bottom shrine.
But yeah, if we look at
Tis mine.
Team Boom ID, once again they're making all the right calls regarding positioning. And Dreamocell, he seems to be going for exactly the right build on his anti-mage. Meanwhile, we're gonna see a Chronosphere on the Disruptor. Anti-mage almost going down there to the Reaper side. He will get bashed down by the Face Void in the end, which means he doesn't get the extra respawn time, but that doesn't mean he's still down. He's not still down for a super long time here.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
And it looks like Saint Lucas is gonna go down. Getting jumped, and this is what Mongolz need. Not necessarily pickoffs, but kills. It doesn't have to be a high value kill. It doesn't matter if it's in a fight, like a full-blown skirmish, or if it's just a small pickoff like this one. As long as Mongolz keep getting kills, they can eventually come back into this one. While the anti-mage, of course, has to be focused and has to be prioritized, especially with that Skull Basher. So it's gonna be a hard way finding a comeback here, but it's far from impossible. Kill off anti-mage and find pickoffs or just force kills. You don't care if it's not a good kill, you don't care if you expend a big ultimate. You just get kills to prevent your enemy from pushing right now. That's all, and I mean, that is one of the better ways to dealing with a lot of push. It's not like there's Tinker Rat here or anything. The worst hero to catch would be the anti-mage, for which they have an Orchid, they have Queen of Pain ultimate, and a Chronosphere up and running.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Boom could have gone for the creep pull here, I wonder why he didn't. Did he? Yeah, he knew that, never mind. You can pull, and what I mean with the creep pull is you pull a dire creep up here, so your creep wave, or at least one or two of your creeps, run after you. You go up here. Okay, no time to talk, as we got a team fight going on, and there's the 3-man Chronosphere Lich ultimate combo. Reaper's Hive committed as well, just to make sure you deal enough damage on the anti-mage. That's 2 kills, and that's the 3rd one on the Jakiro about to come on out right there.
I'm sorry. Did you say?
And those Chronospheres really enabling nice juicy kills on the anti-mage. Roche now gonna go down as well. Gonna give Mongolz even more momentum, and this time around they're actually doing it. This time around they're actually, you know, gaining significant gold leads off of that 3-man Chrono, or at least if they can, since now the Roche does seem like a space you don't really want to be in. Even in 3v5 apparently.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So we're just gonna sit and wait for a while. I'm still super, like, do you know that feeling when you've had your first coffees of the morning and they've held you awake for a while but they start to wear off? That's what I'm feeling right now. I know caffeine has a half-life of 7.5 hours, a biological one, but that doesn't mean that our body doesn't have its way of mitigating it by releasing an increased dose of sleep hormone, and that's what I'm going through. So sorry if I'm all of a sudden a bit tired. I'm gonna medicate that with more caffeine. I need to make a ton of espresso after I'm done casting this game. before the next series starting.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Will shine immortality. Radiant.
Alright, looks like Baba Yaga might be in a bit of trouble. Procs the BKB to try and live there, but there is the first hit Skull Basher. He is gonna blink away, and Mage can now pursue.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Meanwhile, the Venom wards are slowly but surely wiggling down the shrine. Creeps tend to do a better job. That's why the creep pull was attempted there from the Venomans, but then the gang came through. Still, boom it. They're just, or boom ID, not sure which one it is. Either way, they're just besieging the mid lane now, while the top lane is almost dead. So, if Saint Lucas wants to, he can just walk up top, put liquid fire on the tower, and go back down. The slow siege is gonna be cancelled here. And this could have been at least the top tower. But looks like boom, they do not want to take risks. We see a lot of teams play really careful all of a sudden when they realize what the enemy's win condition is. And in this case for Mongolz, it's just landing a Chronosphere. So it makes a ton of sense that once you kind of lose your foothold on the front lines, once you kind of lose those creeps and you actually would have to group up if you want to continue pushing, then you don't, because you don't want to give your opponent that Chronosphere setup. Okay, mid tower could now finally be dropping. Right now there's no good chrono play available, just according to the positioning. Now there would be for a while, but the Void, he is planning to come in from the back and wrap around. He will find Disruptor. And now Team Boom, they do know there is no Void available for this fight. He is gonna come in from the backline if he comes in at all. And Void forced to give up more and more space to their enemies, to Team Boom here, who are still slow sieging this up with an Empathesis on slow. And Antimage is gonna jump on in and change that, trying to kill off Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is gonna live for the time being, forced to BKB though, and now Antimage is retreating. He is Glimmer Caped up, so Void still cannot get the chrono play here. Is gonna kill off the Disruptor though. Antimage just gonna run at Void. Void BKB'd up. That is gonna be a hard fight, but Antimage is gonna live. The Chronosphere is gonna be committed on a Clockwork, who of course on its own isn't a high value kill, but it does buy space for Team Mongolz to rotate everyone in. Clockwork being dead here might really matter, but look at what Dreamer Cell's pulling off on his freaking Antimage. He's still got the Aegis. Really juicy kill there on Retribution. There goes the Antimage Aegis. So you just used your first life, sir. Be careful with the next, since it's gonna be your last. Proxy went down. However, Masquerade being chased down by the Antimage is gonna be the more important one to focus on. But looks like Dreamocell, he's instead gonna jump on in there on the Queen of Pain, kills off the Earthshaker with the Mana Void, kills off the Quad with a right click, and the Necrophos is gonna die, and GG is being called. That was one fast series, keeping the cup really well on schedule.